Research has shown that the African elephant actively avoids the African honeybee. The aim of this experiment was to determine the reaction of the African elephant in response to the sound of the disturbed African honeybee, but more importantly, how that threat is communicated to other elephants. Firstly, to determine the sound created and the response by the elephants in reaction to the honeybees, elephant families in national reservations in Kenya were played the sounds of disturbed honeybees in separate white noise trials while the elephants were at rest. Each playback consisted of a 2-minute pre-stimulus phase, a 4-minute stimulus phase, and a 2-minute post-stimulus phase. The vocalizations made by the elephants during the white noise and the bee playbacks were also recorded using an array of microphones capable of recording low-frequency elephant calls. After each playback, the distance the elephants moved away from the sound source and the latency of response was recorded, as well as any other reaction that occurred.
Results of the stimuli playback showed that in 14 out of the 15 bee playbacks, the elephant herd had moved away, with the distance moved being significantly further than the white noise trial. The elephant's reaction time was also faster during the bee playback compared to the white noise. Additionally, the elephants were observed to have increased dusting and head shaking during the bee playback, and especially through the 4-minute stimulus section.
The second playback experiment, the rumble playback, uses the recordings of 3 types of elephant rumbles: the bee response rumble, the white noise rumble, and a control rumble. The rumble produced during the bee stimuli was distinguished by an upward shift in the second formant, which was not observed during the white noise trial or the pre-stimulus phases. The trial was conducted with the same method as the stimuli playback experiment. The rumbles were played randomly to resting elephant families from 40 to 50 metres away through camouflage speaker systems until each rumble was played 10 times each.
Elephant families exposed to the bee rumble playback moved further away from this sound than when responding to the white noise rumble or control rumble. Latency of response was also faster in the bee rumble playback. Head shaking was also seen to increase during the bee rumble playback, but dusting was varied across the field.
It can be surmised from these results that the African elephant does indeed retreat from the sound of the African honeybees, with head shaking and dusting used as a form of defence to knock the bees away. In addition, the vocalised rumbles they make can be a call for alarm to distant elephants, an expression of emotional intensity, or even a call to coordinate movement within the herd. It may also be used for social facilitation and learning. The results also suggest that the manipulation of the vocal tract, which causes the second formant to be higher during the bee playback stimuli, is a form of specific vocal communication between elephants, though it cannot be concluded that this alarm call is specific for honeybees. However, the reaction time, the distance moved, and the head shaking that occurred does make it a good candidate for this hypothesis.